Welcome to this Elden Ring video. We're going to be showing you all the map locations. There's 5 of them. It's very important, very easy to do, and we're going to get that started. Of course, I would like to start these videos right away, but I have something for the community. I'm announcing the giveaway for 2 video games. You can basically be subscribed and leave a comment, and you'll enter to win, and I'll announce the winner in the videos. All right, so we're going to get started. The quick tip that I'll give for you guys is that you can pause and rewind, but pay attention to what direction I'm going, north, east, west, and just follow that. Pause the video, follow along, and then play it back, and then just keep on following. I am going to do commentary a little bit here, but in the end of the day, that's the best way. And if you need to slow the video down as well, do that to give you a better understanding so that you can take it easy if you do get lost, because there's a lot, and I mean a lot. All right, let's get into it. Right off rip, right when you enter, of course, you're going to be in the main area, and this is very critical for you to just run up northeast. As I said, just pay attention to northeast, west, south. You're gonna go from the grave site straight to where the map is. It's right in front of you. It's literally across the street. There's no way, there's no guide for that. I mean, come on, guys. There shouldn't be a guide for that. I'm making one, but there you go. And then we're going to move forward to the one and the only High Road Cross. I told you guys about this location in some of my other videos for some cool stuff. You're going to want to visit this regardless, okay? When you get there, follow along as we go. And I am going to pause it a little bit to give you guys a chance. So traveling there is going to be a lot of this at the beginning. You're going to just head north, and this isn't too difficult. Okay, you're just going to keep heading north, and guess what? That's where it's at. Okay, so now you're done pretty fast to start off with some of the maps. But now from this very spot, I want to rewind this to show you exactly what we're doing. This is a little more complicated. High Road Cross, we're going to take a path. It's kind of like a hidden area, and I wouldn't say it's difficult because you don't have to fight anything. Only at the end I have one difficult area to unlock the last part of the map, but this is an easy one. High Road Cross again, and you're going to go up towards the right, and there's a small little cave for you to get through. And then you're going to end up getting the map from the top left area of the game. Okay, so now from this area, I told you where to ping. You're going to head straight there, northeast, mostly east. And the key here is that there's a cave. So look to your left and continue to watch it. And you can get, of course, you can stop and grab everything, guys. This video is meant to give you the maps, not show you exploration. On my personal playthrough, I took my time and did everything. This was a co-op with a buddy who is allowing me to rock out with this. So here we go. So we're going to rush down straight away, and now we're heading west. And I do want to rewind this for a second. Just as you get out the cave, you're going to head west. Okay, so stick to the left side, and you're going to reach another grace, and in that grace is where we start to actually get to where we need to be. And this one was a little bit weird. I passed this. Somehow I passed it because I wasn't looking at the map when I originally played on my personal account. And when we did it here, we got it right away because you can see the maps on the map. Okay, so just stick to that, and then you should be fine. It's not really hard. Like I said, it's a pretty basic system and fun stuff when it comes to unlocking it, to know where to go, what to do, and not have no trouble. As you can see, it's right in front of us, and that is basically 3 all in one shot very quickly. And the last one is the most difficult, but we're going to talk about this one right here in the castle front. Another one that has some kind of trouble, but not too much. Okay, we're gonna go from the castle front. We're gonna head towards the bottom, And we're basically trying to go in, down, around, under. No, that sounds like a lot. And then we'll make a pit stop over there. Okay. And so just take your horse and rock with me all the way east for the moment. And we're just going to follow this markers. Like I told you, you want to pause it, rewind it, play that back. And then we're going to go all the way down, just following these. There's not much ways to go in this section other than down, and just stay alive, of course. But as you get down here, you're going to be at the bottom where there is a way to enter. As I said, you're going to go through an area. And again, just take your time and enjoy the game. I just want to give people the option to not have to deal with trying to find the maps, find some graces, and travel back and forth whenever they want. Make life easier, okay? That's just something that I think is critical. And so stop at all the graces, grab all the fragments, all that good stuff. But this is the tricky part right here. I had a lot of trouble with this, to be honest with you. I fell like 2 or 3 times in one of these sections right here with these guys, maybe twice. And it was like, this is so easy. Why would you fall? But hey, it happens. It's a part of the game. But right here, you're just going to go all the way down and hit that grace. And now we're pretty much in the clear to get onto this new map. One thing I can say is that there's a giant ahead in this next area. And I mean, I call them fire giants. They're the same thing. You know, they're just Wicker, man. I have a way to beat those, by the way, a guide. So you can go check that out. But you're going to head towards the right side, head south, and just past this giant, aka Wicker Man. Go check out that guide if you need help with them, if you want to beat them. But then there's a cave to the right, and this is where I go a little bit west, and now we're at the grace of the coast. And this is such a beautiful area, by the way. I absolutely love this. The fact that they added some color and some life to the game. For me personally, it doesn't all need to be dim and dark and sad and mad. A little bit of beauty won't hurt you. But yeah, from here, you're going south, and you're going to take your time, no rush. Like I said, some of this stuff has some fragments. It has a bunch of stuff. Right above me was a dragon, but you don't want to fight him if you're looking to get the map right away. And personally, that's what I did. I don't want to rush every boss. I can open up the map, get a little buff, find some new weapons, and then fight the bosses. That makes the game feel new and fresh. And so there you go. Now you got another map, and we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. We got a little more to go. And so now this is the very critical startup of where it gets a little more difficult and a little more challenging. I'll challenge you guys to just pause the video, please. Okay. So as you see right here, we're in the main area. If you haven't got here, you're going to go to the left. There is a way to go to the right. It's a shortcut, but you guys probably are just starting out if you're watching this video. You're just going to head up these stairs. Be careful with the enemies. There's so many enemies here, and some really good fights I had with the guys in these areas. Absolutely good time beating this archer and a knight that you didn't get to see in this video. But so we're going to stick to the right here, and this is critical. I'm going to pause it for all those that are trying to play through it and follow along with me. You're going to be dealing with all these guys chasing you, but there's a beautiful ladder on your left. This is the hidden ladder. I actually passed it multiple times when I was playing on my personal account. And this here is the path to go. You're going to drop down and hit over to this waterfall entry. Very good stuff when it comes to small little hidden areas. But this is necessary for you to get to this next spot, and it's super important. So make sure you lock in before you leave. By the way, I want to take a pause here, let you guys see this painting. This is a quest for later, but you definitely want to pick it up. It's nothing to do with what we're doing now, getting the maps, but I promise you, you're going to want it. Okay. Hidden door to the right. and then you're gonna drop down and just follow along. This is all pretty much hallway areas. You can't miss where to go. And then last but not least, you just saw, which I skipped the ending of, is a coffin. You can fast travel basically to a new area, which is our last area. It's gonna get interesting. But so this one is pretty cool, pretty straightforward. You just want to follow along. There's a couple of madness situations here. There's a giant that's gonna come out. He's gonna try to attack you. You can hit that grace to kind of reset him, and then go on your way down this path. Again, this is pretty straightforward, and I do want to rewind it to kind of give you guys. Once you get to this grace, right, head towards the right, head south, and as you head south, there's gonna be a grace. You're gonna see it in the air. You're gonna pick it up, reset it, and then rush through. As you go, stick to the right. There's only one way to go. This might look like I can go different ways. No, this is only one way to go, because these platforms basically go back and forth, left or right, left or right. So then after that, it'll let you drop down to the grace. You're gonna hit that grace as well, and you're gonna be looking good. Of course, you might not have everything unlocked in certain areas, but the point is you're trying to get to the dungeon so that you can get to that last map sooner or later. All right, now this is the tricky part. There's a lot of dropping down in this, and there's no guide for this, guys. It's not rocket science. It's basically just don't fall. Okay, when you get down, you want to head southeast. Okay, drop down once. There's nowhere else to go. You're gonna go southeast and do the same thing again until you reach the bottom. Right, this has a lot of high and low areas in this game. It was a good idea, but this can be challenging for some people. Personally, I take my time. I don't rush it. We're not in a rush. I get to the bottom and we're safe. From this bottom area, you're basically heading towards the map. I mean, the dungeon, which is to your left. You're going to open these doors. There's going to be some enemies here, by the way, but you just want to avoid them. Open the door, because there's a grace right below, and you're going to hit that and be ready to go. I can tell you this is a very difficult dungeon. The dungeon is harder than a boss. There is a boss here. It's a little mini boss, but I feel like the dungeon is way harder than the boss. Okay, so hit the levers, bring down everything that you need. You basically don't have to do anything other than go down to the lifts and just follow the paths. There's really not a lot of different places you can go. Okay, there's a lot of enemies. This is gonna be madness. You're gonna feel like I'm getting lost. No, you're not. I promise you. Just keep going down the lifts. All right, at all times, go down the lifts, continue down the paths. There's not a lot of multiple ways. They make it feel like there's a lot of ways. It really isn't. Just gonna be honest with you. Personally, this part was a little confusing, and I went up here, hit that lever, but I didn't need to be honest with you. The lever has nothing to do with anything. That was where I was, and you're dropping back down, and all you want to do is keep going down no matter what. And it might seem a little confusing, but I promise you, pretty basic. I actually dropped down without the ladder when I played on my personal. This is the after effects of that. And so just continuously going on these lifts, heading down to the bottom, and being careful, of course, with all the enemies. They're kind of annoying. It's going to go to the left side. This is somewhat important here. As you can see, trying to dodge away from this cannon man, let's just call him. He's ridiculous. And all you want to do is dodge him as much as possible. Go down to the bottom. Head up towards the right. And you should be good to go. Again, this is a long dungeon, so there's a lot. You might want to rewind this and rewatch it. Please don't get confused. I know it's not easy. It took me 3-4 times doing it to even kind of remember, and even that was still a work. Now the boss, when you get to him, again, a lot of that dungeon is all hallways. It's just going through. This boss throws aerial attacks, so before you call your mimic, and I learned my lesson the hard way. Don't call your mimic, just dodge all of their nonsense and then call your mimic out so they can help you. If you want to be a badass and play at level 1 and beat the boss with your eyebrow, feel free. But after you beat them, which they're not too hard, you just got to be consistent with damage. I honestly say try to build up some type of, status effect or something, because on the second phase they start calling in a bunch of their, let's say, teammates. So if you can just window down their health a lot, it's gonna make your life a lot easier. They call their own mimics, and then you're basically dealing with a bunch of summons more so than dealing with them, in my opinion. But now, from this very grace, we're gonna head on out south, and this is kind of straightforward, guys. Again, another rocket science thing where we're gonna head straight forward. They don't give you the horse, but it's okay. We're literally right up the block, and this is pretty much all done. There is a invader in this area where you can get yourself an item, but no one really cares. Okay, so there's not much to talk about here. I just want to remind you guys, I do have the giveaway for Metal Gear Solid and Assassin's Creed Shadows, 2 new games that are going to be coming out, and I'm going to be doing giveaways for those. For everybody who's showing love and support, we appreciate you. We'll probably have other giveaways too, but you got to make sure you share this as well so we can get the community together and build on that. All right, with that out of the way, I do have some guides on how to get leveled up, part 1 and part 2. By the time this comes out, I'll have part 2 finished. And then I have some builds that are really cool and amazing, and you guys should check those out. They're going to be popping up right after we finish this. Just wanted to make sure you know that information before we continue. And there are going to be a little bit of a spoiler showing the whole map. I wanted to wait until we finish, give you a view of the whole map in its entirety. Okay, well, mostly. I might leave one little spoiler out, and that's it. And we did it. Okay, after that, this is what you'll get right here. See my map? This is a live view of it, and you have the up area, you have down, and there's so much to discover for this personal playthrough that I have going on. I'm very much excited. It's going to be fun. Go ahead and check out our other guides, again, to get leveled up and some really amazing builds right now. Appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay blessed. Peace.